Welcome to Rewiring Health. If you're a high achieving woman feeling trapped in the endless cycle of guilt and exhaustion from always putting others first, then this is your sanctuary. I'm Dr. Kelly Kessler, your dedicated empowerment mentor, and I'm here to tell you that it's time to reclaim your peace, health, and happiness. Imagine waking up every day feeling energized and unapologetically living for yourself. Together, we'll break down the walls that have been holding you back and unlock the vibrant, unstoppable force that you truly are. It's time to put yourself first, embrace your authentic self, and live a life that's not just endured, but celebrated. Now let's dive in. Have you ever noticed your skin reflects your stress? I used to struggle with mine, dry, dull, reactive, until I started pairing nervous system regulation with products that actually honor your body. That's why I love Milk and Butterflies. They handcraft every formula with 100% organic ingredients and powerful aromatherapy oils. They aren't just products for your skin, they're rituals that restore hydration, resilience, and calm even in the busiest seasons of our life. You can try them for yourself and feel the difference. Head to Milk and Butterflies and use my promo code Dr. Kelly for free shipping. That's DRKELLY for free shipping. Also, check out the link in the description for the podcast. The other day, I got a text message, and I'm sure you've had this happen before, where it's just one of those jarring text messages. You read it, you see who it's from, and you immediately feel it in your body. And that's exactly what happened to me. I could feel my heart pounding. I looked at my watch, it was 112 beats per minute, and I was just standing there. It immediately went up. I felt this tightness in my chest. My throat felt really tight. And I just felt like I couldn't relax. I was like jittery. I couldn't sit down. I felt it in my body. And I immediately went into the tools that I know and I started doing some breath work and really just try to calm my system down. But it took quite a while. And that feeling just lingered in my body. My whole chest felt constricted for several hours after. And I just felt this like uncomfortable feeling in my body. Felt like my stomach was churning and just really unpleasant for quite some time. And I'm sure you've had that happen before where you just feel these sensations in your body. And it could be something that you know exactly the cause of it, or maybe you just notice that things feel a little tighter and it's some of the subtle signs that kind of creep up on you, like your shoulders are up by your ears and you feel that tension in your neck and gradually you just feel like you can't relax. And then before you know it, you have this extreme pain in your neck. It could be that. Or it could be more of like the acute signs like I had with the heart rate and the immediate chest pain and all these signs that our bodies are speaking to us. And we could either ignore those signs, which many of us do, especially when it's a chronic stress, or we could start to listen. And so that's exactly what I did is tune into my body. Like, what are you trying to tell me? And I knew I'm pretty in tune with my body at this point, but I knew what it was trying to tell me. And it was fear. It was a lack of safety that I felt in that moment. It was grief. There was a lot that was going on in that moment. And so we can either choose to be in the story at that time. So the story of like, oh, this person texted me, this is what they said, da 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 da, get into that. And that's when we can really get into those rumination cycles of like over talking and really like breaking down everything and really feeling like we're sucked into this of like almost a sense of like powerlessness of like, oh, I got this text and like, it just gets your mind going and then you get this whole fear response and you start ruminating. And believe me, that happens to me still. And it's something that I have become more aware of, but it can pull you in. And if you've had some kind of emotionally charged situation with someone and you get a text, you know that feeling of like, oh, here we go again. And you feel like it is just almost as like a pull on you. And so I had that initially, but then I also recognized like I have so much power of like tuning into my body, allowing myself to feel what I'm feeling, allowing myself to go through some practices to release some of that tension, that stress response that I was feeling in that moment. And so that's what I want to share with you in this episode, that when you are experiencing any kind of stress, whether it's chronic or acute, it's really important to tune into the body. We are so driven by our minds and the stories and everything that happened. Like, I was late for work, or the traffic was bad, or my boss wants me to do this. Like, those are real, and it's not invalidating the experience. It's, validating that experience, but not getting stuck in the story so much, because we can easily let our minds try to continue on and figure that out, but it will just continue to replay, and then our bodies will continue to experience that. So, while it's important to absolutely validate the experience, a great place to start, though, is really just tuning into your body and scanning the body from head to toe and just saying, like, what am I feeling right now? What is this telling me? And so I want to take you through just a quick 2-minute scan of how you can start to recognize what you're feeling in your body and really noticing, like, what is it telling you, and what might be the next step if you're noticing this in your body. And so a big thing to understand is that your body responds when it's in a stress response, and it responds when you're in a more peaceful, harmonious response. The unfortunate thing that so many of us experience stress day in and day out, that we don't really see the contrast of what we feel like when we're relaxed, because we're always seem to be in this stress response. So this is a body scan that you can do when you are feeling a little bit more relaxed, to start noticing the difference in your body. Like, wow, I had a really fun afternoon with my spouse and my kids, and I was going out and playing, and it was really relaxing. And then do a body scan and be like, oh, wow, this is how I feel when I am in a more elevated state and feeling more joyful. Because inevitably, you're going to have a time when you are more stressed, and then do a body scan then. And when you can notice how your body responds to the stress and see the contrast between when you're more in a joyful, elated, and relaxed state versus what it feels like in the stress state, it gives you more clarity of where you are, what you're experiencing, and the reality of the body's response. So, as I take you through this scan, understand that it's really important to do it when you are in a really great place and, and having joy and experiencing some relaxation, because it really gives you more information to understand what your body's trying to tell you. So, what I want you to do first is I want you to just close your eyes. And if you're driving, absolutely do not do this. Pause the video or pause the podcast and save this for another time. But if you are at home and you're in a safe place, I want you to just close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose for a count of 4. You're going to hold for a count of 4. And then slowly exhale through your mouth or nose as slowly as you can. Do one more of those. So you're going to inhale through your nose. Count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. And slowly exhale as slowly as you can. And starting at your feet, I want you to just notice your feet. So notice your arches, noticing if there are any differences between your left and your right. And all you're doing is just taking note. There's no judgment. There's no story you're putting on it, like, oh, I sprained my ankle and that's why it feels this way. It's just noticing, like, oh, that feels a little bit more tense on the right. That feels a little less tense on the left. Like, that's it. So just very objective noticing. So again, starting with your feet, noticing the top of the feet, bringing your attention to your ankles, just spending a few moments in each spot. Noticing your calves. If you're laying down, just noticing them and how they feel in contact with the ground. You're noticing any tensions, any tingling, any sensations that you're feeling, any warmth or cool feeling. Again, you're just taking note and noticing whatever you happen to notice. Moving up towards your knees. up to the quads or thighs. Noticing your glutes. So if you're sitting, you're just noticing how they make contact with the chair. You notice any difference in the weight distribution? Are you more leaning towards your left or your right? Do they feel pretty symmetrical? Do you feel like your hips move your weight forward or back? Just noticing how they're feeling on the chair, or if you're laying on the ground, noticing the ground in contact with them. Moving up towards your lower back. So again, if you're laying down, you're noticing the arch of your back, how much contact you have with the ground. If you're sitting in the chair, same thing. You're just noticing your connection with the chair. What's touching the chair, what's not. Noticing if there's any tension in the area, any tingling. Moving up towards your chest and upper back. So again, just noticing what you feel. Is there any tension? Does it feel constricted? Does it feel open and light? Do you feel like your shoulders are forward? Are they rolled backwards? Are they pretty neutral? Noticing the position of your shoulders. Noticing your hands. Do your hands feel like they're carrying tension, or do they just feel open and just present in the moment? Moving up towards your neck. Again, noticing the height of your shoulders on each side. Do you feel like your shoulders are up by your ears? Do they feel relaxed? And then lastly, just noticing your face. Do you feel like you're scrunching your face? Do you feel like you're carrying any tension? Is there any tingling? Does it feel relaxed, like your jaw's open and you're just here, present? Just noticing what you're feeling in your face, including your eyes. So do your eyes feel relaxed? Do they feel like they're squinting, trying to hold your eyes shut? Do you feel like you're carrying any tension in those areas? And then just noticing the difference between left and right side. And then when you're ready, you can just open your eyes and just notice again what you did notice as you did the body scan. So where were areas that maybe felt a little bit more tense? Where were areas that felt relaxed? And now I want you to think of an area that felt like it was carrying a little bit more of the load or felt a little bit more tension, or areas that you tend to notice that you do carry the stress. So for me, I carry a lot of stress in my chest and my shoulders. So this is where I often feel it. And when I am stressed, I also often feel it in the arches of my foot. So I'll experience some of that like precursor to like some of that plantar fasciitis, that really tense feeling right in the arches. That's where I notice it in my body. And again, I've done many body scans, so I've started to get to know like, oh, that's where I'm feeling it time and time again. Another one is my throat too. I'll feel like my throat is almost like closed off or constricted, especially when I'm in a really stressed state. But for you, whatever you experience in your body scan, I want you to just pick one area. So for now, what we'll do is just pick that. For me, I'll pick the chest, but just as an example. But what I want you to do is I want you to put your hands on whatever area that was. So if it's your thigh, your belly, your neck, whatever you're feeling, just put your hands on that area of your body. And again, if you're in a safe place and not operating a vehicle, I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath. And as you're breathing, I want you to visualize like you're breathing into that area. So for me, if I'm using the example of my chest, it's almost like I'm breathing into the chest and it's expanding. So you're visualizing the expansion of your chest, or whatever body part is where you feel it. And then slowly exhale. And then you're going to do that again. Now I want you to send love to that area. So whatever area of your body, you're just going to breathe in again very slowly and send love and gratitude for that area. So again, just breathing in. You can even visualize that, like a color. So if it's like pink or purple, whatever love colors symbolizes love for you, just send it to that area as you breathe in. And then exhale. And then you can do one more. So you're just going to inhale again through your nose. And then for whatever area that you chose, I want you to send it gratitude. So for me, again, using the example of my chest, like, thank you so much for housing my heart, for beating, for allowing me to be alive right now, for allowing me to breathe in this moment. Send it gratitude. So if it's your leg, thank you so much, legs, for allowing me to walk in and out of the grocery store so I can get food for my family. Or thank you so much for allowing me to go for that walk outside. Whatever body part it is for you, I want you to send gratitude to that area. What is it in that body part that you are able to feel more freedom and joy in your life? So take a moment now to breathe in and send that gratitude as you hold and slowly exhale. So again, this is just a simple body scan practice, but it also gives you a tool to help allow it to release. And then just notice what you feel in your body. Does it feel different? So if it was like your chest, does your chest feel like maybe a little bit lighter, a little bit more expansive, not feeling like it has so much pressure on it? Do a scan afterwards again, and just notice the difference. So this is something you can do throughout the day. If you notice like you got home from work and you're just carrying a lot of that tension and stress, give yourself just 2 minutes to breathe. Allow yourself to tune into that area, allow it to feel seen, and also feel like you are sending it gratitude. And notice what you experience afterwards. This is a simple practice that doesn't take you entirely long, but has tremendous benefits. When we tune into our body, it allows us to drop out of our mind for a moment and tune into what our body is trying to tell us. Our body is communicating to us always. The problem is that we often ignore it. And just like a child, the more you ignore a child, the louder they get. And that's the same thing with our body. So if we continue to ignore it, we can only expect more pain, more tension, and more signs that our body wants to feel heard and seen. So by having these practices to just tune into your body and allow it to feel seen and heard, it gives you the opportunity to release what it's experiencing and also become more aware of what it's trying to communicate to you. I would love to hear how this goes for you. What body part do you carry your stress and tension in? Drop it in the comments and let me know how you felt after doing this practice. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If there was something in this episode that really resonated with you or a message that stuck with you, please share it with someone else. It's only through sharing these messages that we can start to rewire our minds to feel empowered and live the life that we truly desire. Please subscribe so you never miss an episode. And again, thank you so much for tuning in to Rewiring Health.